Planet Dolan. From how many senses we have to extra-dimensional strings, we answer some of your most burning questions about life.
Hey there! My name is Doopy, and I'll be reading out the questions and answers.
I'm Danger Dolan, and I'm here to blow your mind with truth.
King Kevin05 asks, do we have more than 5 senses?
Of course, it's the elusive sixth sense. The ability to not care about minor things. Oh, you went to the store to buy socks when you were out of them. You got your hair cut an inch shorter and nobody noticed. Your child ran away from home and went missing for 3 weeks. There are bloodstains all over their bedroom and the police fear the worst.
Yes, we have many different kinds of unique sensations in our body. Both hunger and thirst count as unique senses. Then there's our inner ear, which gives balance as well as other important things. The problem with determining the exact amount of senses is that it's hard to draw a line on what counts as a sense or a subsense.
I know exactly what that line is. A sense makes you say, A subsense, it's,
I really hope nothing bad happened to Emoji. Pandora looked worried sick.
He'll be fine. I got a text from him the other day. It said, don't worry, I absolutely have not been murdered. Tongue poking out wink face.
Don't you think the police should see that? Ryan True Bickley asks, how long would it take to get from one side of our solar system to the other?
Look, I'm not gonna underplay it, but it might be a bit of a hike. All I'm saying is, pack an extra lunch, maybe add at least 1 extra day to your estimate. Tell your wife or husband that you might be a little late for dinner. That's all.
Well, the solar system is massive if you include the Oort cloud, which has a length from one end to the other of around 44 trillion kilometers. The time it would take to travel this distance using current space shuttles would be 82,500 years. Of course, this would be impossible since no rocket could propel itself for that long without using up all its fuel before it even got to Mars. Mario Sonic Fan 635 asks, is it possible to cry for 24 hours straight?
You know that girl you have a crush on? She hates you. You got a pet dog? I didn't think so, because you're too ugly to own one. That thing you're looking forward to, it won't happen. Also, everything you do in life is meaningless and will be forgotten 100 years from now after you die. Horribly. Alone. Okay, now time how long you cry for, starting now.
Well, most of the time the good feeling that comes with crying is over pretty quickly. But if you get some onions out and force tears to release for 24 hours, then it's totally possible as tears are being produced on demand and the ingredients are readily available, so long as you're not starving and dehydrated. Mudkip Master asks, why are hearts associated with love?
Because the first romantically recorded gesture in history was thousands of years ago, when a man brutally carved the still beating heart from the chest of his lifelong enemy and presented it to his bride-to-be by shoving it down her throat with his fist until she choked and nearly suffocated. It was magical. You had to be there to understand.
Well, it all started because we used to think the heart contained the soul and all the emotions that came with it. Then it stuck around because of the racing feeling you get around someone you love. But the symbol we think of today was cemented into society as a symbol of love because of Valentine's Day. Dolan, I've seen you hanging around with Gooby a lot lately. What's the deal there?
Oh, well, you know, she's an interesting little fish, that's all.
Ooh, Dolan and Gooby sitting in a tree. FLIRTING. Captain Area 58 asks, why did the Megalodon evolve into such smaller species of sharks?
They followed the same logic as mobile phones, alright? They started off huge and bulky, basically oversized floating bricks. Then they became refined, sleek, flip sharks. Then they moved on to become smooth surface smart sharks who could not only hunt, but play games, music, video, an entire computer condensed into a floating fanged monstrosity. It's all about the trends.
While we used to think the Megalodon evolved into the great white, this is no longer commonly believed. Nowadays, we're pretty sure it went extinct without evolving. The reason for this is probably because it was just too big. In evolution, bigger isn't always better. Chocolate Fountain 101 asks, How do we dream? And if we control them, how does that work?
This is easy. You just go to bed naked, you put a damp cloth over your eyes, you sprinkle some common garden dirt over your torso, you fold your arms behind your back, then you reach into your butt and pull out a better solution than the one I just came up with.
We really don't have any good idea as to how dreams work. We don't even know for certain which part of the brain it comes from. Controlling our own dreams is even more of a mystery. But a theory on how they work is that it's just our brain interpreting random brain activity and turning it into a story. So, I tried doing that thing you told me to do the other night, but it didn't work. My arms were all tingly and sore, and the dirt just went all over my bed sheets.
Wait, what? You actually went to your garden, picked up a handful of dirt, sprinkled it over your naked body, contorted your arms behind your spine, and slept like that. All night.
No?
I was just joshing, Doopy. I was just joshing.
I know. Jonas T-Rex asks, is it possible for two black holes to appear at the same time?
Of course. In order to summon them, all you need to do is go to bed naked, put a damp cloth over your eyes,
Hey, don't be such a butt.
sprinkle some common garden dirt over your torso.
Black holes are born after a gigantic star dies. So if two stars happen to do that at the same time, then yes, it's possible. If you mean from the same star, then sort of. The problem with that is that if they did, they would merge together in a very similar way that black holes do when they hit each other. Are films still shown if nobody goes to it?
Good question. I think the only way to find out is if we ask the projectionist who put on showings of Batman v Superman.
They sure do. This is because if someone shows up late, they can't just start it from there or their entire scheduling would be off. Although they could just tell that person to see the next showing, this would give them a bad public reception. Aiden Graber asks, is it possible to fall asleep while going into space?
Only with the right lullaby. Rock-a-bye astronaut in the spaceship, 25,000 miles per hour, 4 million pounds of explosive fuel, then the hull breaks and you die horribly in the vacuum of space by asphyxiation. But I'm sure that won't happen to you. Hush now. Sweet dreams.
It's possible to fall asleep at any time. People have fallen asleep in incredibly strange scenarios, such as getting root canals done or driving a giant truck. It's probably not a good idea though, since if something goes wrong, they're one of the people that have to get it to work.
Derpy! I've been asleep in space for too long! Help! Wake me up!
Wake me up inside!
Can't wake up! Oh, no, wait. I'm good now.
Nerdy Batman for Life asks, is there any evidence for quantum strings, and can't we go deeper than that?
Quantum this, quantum that. Are there any objects in the world you science folk haven't slapped the word quantum in front of? Oh, look at me, I'm a smart person. Look at my quantum shoes with quantum shoelaces. Give me a second. I need to go to my quantum toilet to take a massive quantum dump.
One of the biggest problems of string theory is that it's really very hard to test. Although there has been some possible evidence from the Large Hadron Collider that suggests towards higher dimensional objects, and quantum strings have 6 or 22 more dimensions than we have around us.
Large Hadron Collider. More like Large Hadron Stupid.
Really? That's how you want to end the video?
Hey, at least I didn't sleep covered in dirt.
Shut up. You're a Large Hadron Stupid.
Doopy and dirt sitting in a tree. SLEEPing. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.